So we are going to attempt to make some monkey bread, or some people call it pull apart bread. And I started the video and it kind of stopped at the beginning of it. I'm multitasking, as you can hear the dryer's going, so hopefully you can hear me over the dryer. But again, my video stopped as I started going here. But all it calls for is you're going to be using biscuits, okay? And it does call for two packages, I'm sorry, of biscuits. But I do have some kiddos here for a few more days for the holiday. They've never had this before, so I don't know if I'm just going to use one or if I'm going to use two. We'll see how full the bundt cake mold thing is when I do this. But anyhow, you can either use, I have the cinnamon sugar pre-mixed stuff, or you can take sugar and cinnamon and mix it up, and I just kind of eyeball it. I know if you look it up, it'll tell you how much sugar and cinnamon to mix together, but I'm a person that eyeballs a lot of stuff, and it doesn't matter. Just depends on how much sugar and cinnamon you want to mix together. It's no big deal. And you can either put it in a baggie and just shake it, or I'm just going to put it in a bowl. It doesn't matter. Simple. Who cares? So I'm just going to go ahead and put some of this in here. Not a whole lot to begin with. So that way when I start cutting this dough, or biscuits, not dough really, we have something to put this in. And I've already preheated the oven to 350, and I'm using a bundt cake, or a bundt cake mold thing. This sucker is old, okay? I haven't made a bundt cake in forever. So I did find this, and it's gonna get thrown out like real soon because it is old. But if you don't have one of these, you can use like a cupcake pan, just make, or a cupcake tin, I'm sorry, and just make little small ones. You can make, or you can make it in anything, a cake pan, a bread pan, anything. It doesn't matter, but this is what they normally call for. Like I said, it's old. It's almost ready to see the garbage can. But anyways, and we're going to use a pizza cutter. You can use a knife, whatever. But you want to cut each one of these into fours, basically. So that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to throw it in here. It's kind of a last minute thing. I asked the kids if they ever had this before, and they said no, and so I'm like, okay, well, let's go ahead and try it. Like I said, this would probably be easier if you had like a baggie, a Ziploc baggie to do it in. But then you just kind of mix it up and get all that cinnamon. As you can see, that's all I'm doing. Just getting all that cinnamon, sugar all over it. And when we do that, we're just gonna, throw it in our bundt cake thing, whatever it is. Just keep going. I guess I am gonna use two. Like I said, I don't know if they're gonna like it or not. They never had it, so I guess we'll see. It's the most simple thing that you can make, really. Kids could do this, especially if you're using a pizza cutter. They can do this, instead of using a knife. actually was just going to use one of these, and it was just going to be a really small monkey braid. I hate to for it to go to waste if they don't like it. I know you could say, how can kids not, you know, like a bunch of cinnamon and sugar, but and I'm definitely gonna have to get another one, so 1 second. I think this is a different kind. I think this is butter flavored. I don't think it matters at all. Hands off, they're really sticky. Add just a little more of this cinnamon mixture. Ooh. Just get as much of that on there. It's already sticking all over the place. I think I put too many in the bowl. Just throw some more in there. No rhyme or reason how you throw it in there. It'd be easier if I put this down over here. As you guys can see, I'm not prepared to do any kind of things like this. As I go, you know, hopefully I'll get better. Just put a little extra cinnamon on top of this. Oops. And it seems like it takes a lot of cinnamon and sugar, but it really doesn't. I'm just going to get the rest of that. So, you know, we went ahead and used the 2 that it called for. Just mixing up the rest of it. And it has been ages since I've made this, seriously. Since my kids were young. So, I mean, we are talking a while. I have no clue how this is going to turn out. No clue. I guess let's put the extra sugar and cinnamon on it. Okay. So we got that. Like I said, this bundt cake's about ready to go in the garbage. So then you're gonna melt about a 3/4 cup of butter, okay? And this is what you're gonna spread on top of it. It's supposed to be like a caramel caramel thing. We're just gonna call that. With 3/4 cup of brown sugar. And I'm just going to kind of whisk that a little bit. So you're just going to keep whisking that up, and you know, I don't know what the consistency is really supposed to be like. And then you're just going to pour it on top and all around, just soak it up. And you know, some people say they don't use it all. I don't know if I'm going to use it all or not. I just want to get really good all around. We're going to use it all. Why not? Hopefully it's not going to be too juicy. So we're going to pop this in the oven for, that's what it kind of looks like, for 30 minutes, and we'll come back and see what it looks like. So we just pulled it out of the oven, and that's what it looks like right now. We're going to let this cool down before we try to take it out of the pan. 35 minutes, and it puffed up pretty good. And on the top, it's just a little bit crispy, you know, a little golden brown there. So we'll see how it comes out of the pan here after it cools down just a little bit. Okay, I really didn't let it cool down a lot, but we're gonna see what happens and see if it falls apart here when I try to get it out of here. Still got my little snowman platter here. Hopefully it doesn't melt it. But I'm gonna turn this little baby over, and hopefully it doesn't have a lot of goo come out. See what happens here. I might turn this off and try to get this thing out. 1 second. Wasn't too bad. Yeah, I turned it off again because I kind of burned my fingers. I didn't want to scream there. But anyways, yeah, I would cool it down a little bit more before you try to take it out. But there you go. I mean, it came out pretty good. You know, for using an old pan. I need to get a better pan, but you know, I don't usually make these or do, you know, any type of bundt cakes or anything like that. What else I did is this little, as you can see, I don't really have a good setup for this, but this is just an icing, and I'm just going to kind of drizzle it. And basically, it's just a glaze. It's powdered sugar. It's like a cup of powdered sugar, a half a teaspoon of butter, and a half a teaspoon, well, melted butter, I'm sorry, a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then you just eyeball, excuse me, I'm making dinner too, so my air fryer just went off. And then you just eyeball it with milk. And I mean, you can make it thicker than that, but I'm just going to drizzle a little bit on it because, like I said, I don't even know if the kids are going to like this. So, I don't even know if I should maybe wait until it cools down a little bit more. But I'm just going to kind of drizzle a little bit on here. I should have probably waited until it cooled down, but yeah, maybe I should have waited. But I'm just going to drizzle some. You can't even you can't really see it. I've never did this before, so kind of just like your cinnamon buns, I guess, that would have the icing on it. Yeah, I would suggest you let it cool down a little bit before you put this on. But again, I might let it cool down a little bit more before I put any on there anymore. I didn't want to put too much because, like I said, I don't even know if they're going to like it. But there again, there you have it. And they just pull the pieces apart. Oops, gonna come off there. They just pull the pieces apart out of that, and there you go. Monkey bread, pull apart bread, whatever you want to call it. And it came out pretty good. I guess they'll be the guinea pigs to see how it tastes. And we'll catch you on the next video of whatever I decide to try to cook.